Once again, you're tuned into South Coast Radio, where we bring you the voices behind the music. Today, we're joined by a rising South African artist who's making serious waves in the pop rock scene with powerhouse vocals, emotional storytelling, and a bold new sound. She's stepping into an exciting new chapter. Her latest single, which is called I Do, is a high energy, heartfelt anthem inspired by love, commitment, and saying yes in the biggest way possible. So let's welcome to the show Morgan Visser. Morgan, welcome to South Coast Radio. It's so great to have you with us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. I'm very excited.
Awesome. It's really great to have you with us this moment, Morgan. So, music has been part of your life from such a young age. Can you tell us a bit about your upbringing and how it shaped your journey into music?
Absolutely. My mom, she was a vocal coach, so I was singing before I could even talk. I would sit in on her studio sessions when I was a baby and play with the microphones and yeah, just getting to hear all of that is very cool. And my dad also loved to sing.
Wow.
And he would often sing me to sleep, grab his guitar and play some songs and sing me to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And a fun fact is my first ever vocal coach was also my parents' vocal coach when they were kids.
Wow. That's really awesome, Morgan. So, with a vocal coach as a mom and strong support from your dad, it sounds like you were surrounded by music. When did you realize this was something you wanted to pursue professionally?
It wasn't until much later on in life. I started vocal training and competitions when I was about 11, but I was very, very, very shy, and I never thought I would be where I am today. But I think the bug definitely bit after my first professional gig at Cafe Rue when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
That really solidified for me how much I love to perform.
That's really awesome, Morgan. And you've already had some incredible milestones from your first solo show at 15 to a sold out performance at Cork Bay Theatre. What have those moments meant to you?
Everything, to be honest. Every show, every performance, every new song is a learning opportunity for me, and I'm grateful for every experience I've had. It will always, every performance will continue to shape me as an artist, and I can always learn.
That's great stuff, Morgan. So let's talk about your brand new single, which is called I Do. It's such a powerful track. How did the song come about?
So it actually started as a poem that I wrote for my fiance Jared in our early days. It was called Walking Dream.
Okay.
And I wanted to write a love song for him and thought the poem would be a great base to start from.
That's really awesome, Morgan. And we love that it started as a poem for your fiance. That's really special. How did it evolve from something so personal into such a big anthemic pop rock song?
To put it lightly, Jared is a metalhead. He
Okay.
loves rock music.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to write a song for him in a style that he loves, something that he would want to listen to even if I wasn't the artist. And I think I did pretty well because he listens to it every day on his way to work, which I think is very special.
Wow, that's absolutely true, Morgan. And you worked with Amy Yassing and Jono Grayling on this track. What was that creative process like in studio?
The whole studio process took about 3 days. Amy and I started with a writing session. We spoke about some song inspiration to nail down the direction we wanted to go with. So, I really loved the Paramore vibe to start with. And then we just started writing. We wrote the bass of the song on her guitar. On day 2, Jono started putting it all together. And by day 3, I was recording the final track. it was an amazing experience, and I really can't wait for the next one.
Wow, that's really awesome to hear, Morgan. And your sound on I Do feels like a bold shift, more rock driven and high energy. Was that a deliberate move for you artistically?
Absolutely. Like I said, I wanted to write sort of an unconventional love song,
Uh
but I
huh.
actually ended up falling in love with the punk rock genre, and will definitely do more. I definitely fell in love with it.
That's really great stuff, Morgan. So, okay, so your vocal performance on this track is incredible, right? From soft emotional moments to those powerful belts, how do you approach delivering that kind of dynamic performance?
So I was saying, I honestly just sing how it feels.
Yeah.
Like the verses are intimate, so they're a little more soft and controlled.
Uh huh.
But by the chorus, I guess I'm just really excited, and I'm like, "Marry me already!" And I just sort of bring the high energy in for that.
That's really awesome, Morgan. It really sounds great. So, your previous single, Butterflies Will Follow, was very emotional and personal. How does I Do represent where you are in your life right now?
I feel like I do represent not only the new chapter I'm walking into with Jared as my fiance, going, turning to my husband,
Mm-hmm.
but also a new chapter in my music, branching out and trying new things, new genres, and just having the support, and it means everything to me.
It's really awesome, Morgan. So, you've shared stages, had radio play locally and internationally, and recently performed at Up the Creek. How have those experiences shaped your confidence as a performer?
As I said earlier, every new performance is a learning curve for me.
Yep.
I do still struggle a little bit with my confidence. I have what my mom calls imposter syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
but I do work on it every day. Anytime I sing, I say, this is what you love to do. You can do this. And when I get on stage, everything else just falls away. I feel like I can fully be myself. And
Wow.
I think that's the best way to go about it. Is it's sort of like exposure therapy. Just you got to do it to get through it.
100%. That's great stuff, Morgan. So, what do you hope listeners feel when they hear I Do for the first time?
I would say maybe a new excitement and passion for their loved ones,
Yeah.
and maybe use it as a fun way to jump around and let their partner know how much they love them, because that's how it feels for me. It's a fun way to be like, seriously, I love you, but also in a fun way. Let's have a dance party, and you can know how much I love you at the same time.
That's really awesome stuff. Great stuff, Morgan. And looking ahead, what's next for you? What can fans expect from you in this new chapter?
So I have a few shows coming up. I have a show at Cafe Rue on the 29th of April. It's called Meet Me at the Movies.
Okay.
Basically, I will be doing songs written for or made famous by movies, with the movie scene projected behind me, which is very cool.
Wow.
And then I have a show in June at the Cork Bay Theatre, but we haven't decided on a date just yet. Other than that, I will just be working on my wedding and preparing for that, and I'm
Wow.
sure there'll be more music coming next year.
That's really awesome stuff, Morgan, and great to hear. We wish you all the best in your future with yourself as well as your future husband to be. And Morgan,
Thank you.
you're welcome, and it's been such a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. It's really been great.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you to everyone who's tuned in and listened, anyone who's streamed. I know that rock music doesn't usually get a lot of radio play, so it means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much for having me on.
Awesome, Megan. That's really great stuff. Just one more question before we close off with the
Yeah.
interview. Where can the listeners find your music, such as I Do, and also follow you online?
So I am Morgan Visser Music across all social media platforms. I'm even on Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, everything there is. And then I am Morgan Visser on Spotify, YouTube, all of the major streaming platforms. You'll be able to find me.
That's really great stuff, Morgan. Thank you once again. And to the listeners, make sure you go and stream I Do, now available on all major platforms. It's powerful, it's emotional, and definitely one to turn up loud. In fact, you can stay tuned this very moment to listen to it live right now on South Coast Radio. Is I Do with Morgan Visser.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.